everybody, and welcome into another Steve Henry Show. Are you guys ready for... Yeah, it's cheesesteaks. No, it's football. It's both. We are going to have the best cheesesteak you ever saw today. We are going to start off with the number one place you can find those, Delisario's there in... That's not a beautiful place in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. But we went through so many places, probably 42 loved ones, to get to the best. We're going to show you exactly how to make that today. It is an amazing combination of beef and cheese, and not just any beef, not just any cheese, and of course the hoagie roll. It's amazing. That's going to be there. Also, we got them hanging from the field. We've got the spinner back. Yeah, if you're in the car, if you want to win a car, this is the place to be. If you want to have lunch with me, this is definitely the place to be. And we have a special JB mug. You see that JB mug right there? That is a JB autograph mug. I'm just going to take it right over here because I have in my formerly nicotine-stained fingers and my arms here the best, and he is going to endorse these. There, hello everybody, there he is. JB, check it out. See, that's the mug shot that we, not the literally the mug shot that we took for the mug. That merchandise is available at the new SteveHenryShow.com. JB himself has endorsed and signed. If you want a signed autographed mug of the JB, he's the star of the show. Also Moses, but we happen to be endorsing JB today. I think that's pretty cool. We're going to drop him down, take his sunglasses off. He has been a sport, a very good sport. He certainly did not like that too much. Hello everybody, and we are back. Yeah, he's a good sport. You're such a good boy. He is ready for a little cheesesteak. We had to bribe him. Hello everybody, it's good to see you. Beverly, Mariah, Gabe, Del Maverick. Del Maverick's in the house. Yenny's always there. Lisa, always good to see you. Dollar Bill, oh my God, Dylan Steele is here too. Ophelia, all you people. Gabe, oh my God, Gabe, were you a big winner a couple weeks ago or what? Mariah Gonzalez, NASCAR, oh man, the NASCAR dude. Hello there, Randy. Yeah, you got an itty bitty little check last week, but it was better than nothing. That little spin, baby, I got rid of that for you, by the way. There are no more $25 spins on that thing. That was hideous, I must say. All right, so the set, look at this set today. We had to drop the dog down. I don't know where he went, but he's gone. Good old JB, what a sport. Seriously though, if you want to get a JB mug, that is pretty cool. Drinking out of it, those are great ceramic 20-ounce mugs, by the way. New SteveHenryShow.com. Today we are a food show and a food show and a food show. We're also a show that gives away. We're going to spin. You want to stick around to the very end. We are going to spin today right here. We have some new stuff. We have a touchdown. That's worth some money if you read the board up there. We have defined what a touchdown is, and a field goal, should you happen to get a field goal. Lunch with Steve, personal foul, yeah, that could happen too. Personal foul. And I'm going to drop a few flags because I'm watching everybody and make sure nobody gets out of line here today. But anyways, the big thing is the Philly cheesesteak. Now, loved ones, as you know, this is a cooking show, and I've done a lot of research on this today. We take a normal item like a Philly cheesesteak, for example, and we try to not only prepare it properly, but we present it in a way like a football. See that football? That's a pineapple football. We literally made a football out of a pineapple, or a pineapple out of a football, however you want to do it. We threaded the thing, we striped it, we stuffed it. Now that's got your favorite cheese in there. When this is all done, you're gonna dunk that beautiful Philly cheesesteak of 16 inches long in length, and you're gonna dunk that into that pineapple. That's our presentation. So we do the preparation, we do the presentation. We take a simple item, such as that little chili cheesesteak there, but there is a way to do this, and I have to confess, for the better part of 35 years, I've been doing it all wrong. I mean, literally all wrong. Slicing my meat, putting my sliced cheese down there, throwing some bell peppers in there, and some onions. Wrong, 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 wrong. Now, it's colorful when you put those red and green together, but it's not how it's done. It's not a real Philly cheesesteak. A real Philly cheesesteak is when that bite of meat enhances and combines with the onion and the cheese in your mouth with a hoagie roll. There's no other explanation but wow. And that is what we're going to accomplish today. I'm going to show you how to do that in its proper form. This is how the restaurant, out of 42 of them, won the #1 top seat in the Philadelphia area. They are not part of the Lincoln Memorial Field or financial field. That is where this whole idea came from. I'm thinking, okay, I need to come up with another idea. Every week it's so stressful. So I thought, okay, it's football opening season tomorrow. Okay, let's start with the NFL. What stadium in the entire country has the best food? It's a food show, right? So we knocked on a few doors and it came up Lincoln. Really? Philadelphia? We got to go to Philadelphia. So we made the Philadelphia field here. Pretty cool. Yes, that's all homemade, blah, blah, blah. But we wanted to bring it to you. I wanted to show you what you're missing. If you've ever had a Philly cheesesteak and you thought, wow, that's as good as it gets, today I hope is your lucky day because you're going to change your mind about a Philly cheesesteak. We're going to start off with how you prepare that. First of all, it's your meat. Now I've got some pictures. I just want to show you the step-by-step three-step process. This is a prime rib. This is a two-bone chuck. The prime rib has the loin where the New York begins, and it's got the chuck where the chuck begins. That rib of 7 bones, or 14 or 13, 7 bones in this particular case, where it sits in between the chuck and the New York. Well, the chuck end is the favorite because it's got more fat, more flavor, more marble. So we take the first 2 bones of that roast, the prime rib, typically a 7-boned prime rib roast, that's traditional. And you take the first 2 and you cut that whack, that's a chuck. You're gonna get about a 3 to 4 pound roast out of that. Now, how many sandwiches will that make? You're gonna make probably about 6, okay? When you have a party, again, the takeaway from this show, other than a few bucks in your pocket, you know what I'm saying? And by the way, that's gonna get bigger as you see these numbers grow, that it's growing and growing and growing. We're just gonna pass that back to you. This is your show, and I've mentioned that many times. How do we grow this thing? Well, you gotta share it. You gotta tell a friend, you gotta watch a commercial, you gotta watch these videos. I'm actually doing a call out today, if I may. We have a playlist. YouTube did this about 3 weeks ago. They gave us a playlist on the right-hand side, or on your phone, it's going to be underneath, but it'll say a playlist, the Steve Henry Show playlist. It's got all of our videos, the entire library of our entire plethora of videos. If you just put that on the first one and let it play, you put it on your bed and go to sleep, whatever you want to do, that really, really tells YouTube, hey, wow, they like what we're doing. So that, I believe, is YouTube watching us. And when they pop us, and they haven't done it yet, but I feel it's getting closer, loved ones, it's all about you. You know, I'd love to give everybody a car. I'd love to give everybody the whole thing. And that's my goal. I want to quit my day job and give you everything that comes to me through YouTube. And the way to do that is you got to watch these videos. So look for the playlist, play that, share that, tell a friend, yada, 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 all that good stuff. How do you win? How do you take some money home? Well, if you're like Sean Winthrop and you get 2 checks, hey, Sean, how you doing, baby? It's good to see you. Yeah, sometimes we get the address wrong and we send out 2 checks. But the bottom line is, how do you get a check? Well, you go to the newstevehenryshow.com and you just put your name in there and do your thing, whatever we ask for. It's pretty simple. That's how you get it, okay? Marcy Acosta, Nikki Acosta, you guys must be related somehow. Lisa Rogers from that beautiful, I don't know, Lisa, Tennessee, where you call home these days. Super Dud. Hey, Super Dud said it was raining pretty damn heavy down there in the south state, so we sent some umbrellas. We should send some umbrellas. Teeter time is there. Let's get popping. Okay, Mike, I get you. All right, without further ado, it is a cooking show. The second phase of this is the roast. So you take that raw piece of prime rib, the second bone of the chuck, and then you put it into the oven for about 45 minutes at about 300. You want a little brownness on there. You want to cook it a little bit, sear it up a little bit. Okay, then you take it out of the oven and let it roast, and you let it sit there for a little while, and then you get in the third pictorial, which is going to be what we trim it all and we clean it all up for you, okay? Once it's all cleaned up and cool, then it goes into the freezer. And it looks like something like this, okay? This is a beautiful piece of meat that has been just pulled out of the freezer. Why the freezer, Steve? Well, it's much easier to slice. Now, the secret to this meat, besides the meat itself, is the thinness. You want to shave this bad boy. Literally shave it. If we had a dual razor, that would probably suffice rather well. But you want to, and in order to get a good cut or a good slice, it's got to be firm. The softer it is and the fat content starts breaking down, it's not too cool. So you want to freeze that meat, and we're going to put it into our slicer. We're going to slice it up for you, and then we're going to prepare it and show you how it lays out into a hoagie roll. But that is the 3-step process. Would you want to use New York strip? No. Would you want to use some other type of cut? No. The prime rib is perfect because of the flavor, the marble and the fat and everything that comes with that. So that chuck side is what we produce, okay? So, the secret really to the sandwiches I found out is obviously a good cut of meat, but it's really about the onions. Where Delisario's has everybody beat, it's the onions. And now what they do with the onions, they take the fat from the prime rib, pretty cool idea. They take that fat from the prime rib and they put it into a skillet and they brown their onions. They caramelize their onions in the actual prime rib fat. No butter, no oil, just prime rib fat. And they caramelize up so nicely. You're gonna see how this is done here in a little bit. But these are just caramelized onions that have been nothing but browned and caramelized in the prime rib fat. And what you have, can you imagine the flavor in that? And we also douse that with, douse, that's a word, it's a word, with the Steve Henry Show seasoning, like so. And so, with that, the onion. Then comes the cheese. It's a very simple 4-item process. You got the meat, you got the onion, you got the cheese. That's what we're going to talk about next. And then, of course, the sandwich. The cheese, you can, again, for years, I'm laying down Swiss. I'm laying down my favorite cheese. Wrong answer. You want to get your cheese melted. I got a JB hair in my eye, and it's really bugging the Jesus out of me. Jesus out of me. But this is a liquid provolone and white cheddar, okay? And I put a little cream in there, and I get it nice and warm. That's going to come out of there very nicely. That's one cheese. The other cheese that most people prefer is the Cheese Whiz. I don't know about that, but it's a Velveeta type of American cheese that I put in here. I put a little sharp in there too, and a little cream to thin that down. So you've got two different types of cheeses. But again, it's not a slice of cheese. The meat, onion, and the cheese goes into, and then the fourth ingredient, that hoagie roll. That hoagie roll gets browned, and so when that all gets put together, as I'll show you here in just a moment, it is going to be the most amazing sandwich. And again, what we shoot for here is have some people over for a meal, right? Present it, give them a table, show them some stuff. Hey, wow, I got some stuff going on here. But the meal, the preparation, the presentation, and the flavor that comes out of this. The education for the cheesesteak, yeah, it started years ago. A lot of people take fame. Hey, I started it. The Philadelphia, Pennsylvania area is obviously where it's known for and known of. And again, I spent a considerable amount of hours researching this. Okay, so we are going to, follow me, we're going to start the slicer. Okay, so we've got the roast out of the oven, we've trimmed it up, we've cleaned it up, we've frozen it, it's real firm, it's ready to be sliced. Now, I don't advise anybody doing this at home, but we are going to slice this prime rib without much protective wear. We're just going to do this just to show you. Yeah, never put your hands in front of a slicer. Yeah, there goes my finger. So the way we have it nice and firm here is because it is nice and frozen. Okay, I just wanted to put a little bit out there for you to show you now what we get here, how thin that is. And you can see how thin that is and how, see the fat still in that? That is beautiful. Now we would take that and we would just literally chop that up a little bit. We want to break it up somewhat, not a lot, but a little bit, just enough to go to our next phase. Okay, so that is where we would put the meat and get it all together. Now, you could season it now. You can do that a little bit. Again, I put our Steve Henry Show seasoning on top of that. That is a compilation of some salt, pepper, garlic, a little bit of nutmeg, some other stuff that's really cool, and we'll divulge that in some time. But nonetheless, there's your meat. Okay, that meat is ready to go. Now, where do you put the meat? Well, you put the meat on the burner. What do I recommend? I recommend a cast iron consortium. And let's go ahead and move that off to the side here. Woo! When I say fire, I mean fire. Okay. And by the way, everything is portable. I just scared my dog to death there. That's okay. When I say everything is portable here, everything is portable. By the way, for those of you that are new or that have never seen this, this is an office. This is a desk. Yeah, this is not a kitchen. This is not a stove by any means whatsoever. This is literally a Coleman camp stove. So, but what we do is this is the product now. Again, my meat in days past was a nice sliver of meat. Well, that's not what Delisario's does. Delisario's gets it nice and hot, and they mutilate this meat with a dual spatula. Typically, it starts out something like this. And you can just sit there and chop. Chop, chop, chop. Just chop, chop. Okay. So it didn't take me too long to do this. Now, I'm going to take a moment here to show you. This actually is, again, the prime rib fat. No oil, no artificial oils or butters whatsoever. This is strictly a prime rib fat, and that's it, just the prime rib itself, and that has been chopped up and literally almost mutilated. Now, as it gets hotter, you'll see it come together here. You got the drums. You got the drums. Okay. Okay. So, that's kind of what we have there. Now, time constraints. Time constraints allows us not to do a whole process, but you can get the idea. Where the meat starts, roasted, cooled, trimmed, sliced, and now onto the cast iron. I recommend cast iron, good and hot. It's like a griddle. You can use an electric griddle if you want, but basically a good hot cast iron surface is what you're going to want. Now, this meat is literally mutilated beyond belief. Now, what's going to happen next is I'm going to add some onion into this. These are these caramelized onions, loved ones, that we talked about here earlier. We're going to put some of those on there. And again, what the secret to the whole process here is to get everything combined together, okay? Everything together. And we can even, what kind of cheese? Oh, you want the white or do you want the orange? I'm going to do the white. That's just a little rendition of white there. Look at that. Now that is just amazing as that just comes out. That's just to start. Okay, that's just to start. Now, what you want to do here next is just take this and just get it somewhat acquainted, a little bit, just a little bit. just a little bit, because we're going to do some more acquainting. Acquainting is a good process, okay? So now we're just getting this all nice and acquainted. Somebody said more cheese. I agree, baby, more cheese. Let's get some more cheese going here. Again, now you're thinking, why are you doing this in just a cast iron situation? You're not putting that on the sandwich, because when it hits the sandwich, which is a toasted hoagie, okay, a little butter on the toasted hoagie, when it hits that sandwich, do you realize what you have already? You don't have to go looking for it. It's already there. Now, what you can do, I'm just going to turn that off, and we're going to show you here. Let's go ahead and do the whiz. For those that like whiz, we can whiz that. Look at that whiz there. Woo, whiz, baby. Okay, so we're going to base the bun or the roll with a little whiz. You can put some more onion down if you want. You don't really have to, because what we've already done. But just for those that like a little bit of caramelization on their onion there, we're going to just put a little bit more, just like a spread. And that's what it is. It's a spread. It's literally a spread. It's not, a chopped, coarse product whatsoever. And then from there, let's just go ahead and combine what we're going to do here, and we'll show you this. Again, time constraints, kind of rough, and we could do a spatula here, or you can do tongs, either way, but I'm just going to show you kind of what this looks like, or what it should look like when it's all complete. And this, loved ones, is all together there. Oh my goodness gracious. And again, for years, I was putting the bell pepper in there and all that. You want some more cheese? Yeah, more cheese. Okay, let's go the white cheese this time. A little bit of white cheese on top of that. More cheese! Okay, there he is. Now that just gets, we can fold that over, tuck it in, fold it over, tuck it in, and fold it over. And boy, I'll tell you what, right there, I'm going to leave it open face because I want you to see that whole thing just come undone here. I'm just going to, but that is the inside, and that is, just spread that around a little bit. Now that may not look like something extremely palatable. It's not as pretty as that layered meat and a little bell pepper and a little onion and a little cheese. That looks more like something, we'll leave it at that. But bottom line is the flavor when this gets put together and cut and presented on your stadium. That's how I would do it. I would put it on my stadium. That is going to bring people to their knees, literally, when you put this sandwich and you cut it. That hoagie roll is just perfect. You would slice that into 4s or 2s or however you want to do it and put it on there. And what normally people do, these are Sun cheddar chips. I like to, put some cheese on top of those. Excuse me, I'm sorry, okay? And then we just do a little cheese whiz like that, and then boom. You can actually have your cheese and your chips and your sandwich and a pickle and say, wow, that was the most amazing sandwich. Now, loved ones, I'm telling you, I know this looks simple. And it really is. Pardon my back. It really is. But the flavor. Now look at this one here. This, you could even make another one. Some people will say, wow, you're wasting the best part. Well, that right there is pretty cool stuff too. I'm just going to cover that up a little bit. But that is D'Alessandro's secretive cheesesteak that makes it the #1 cheesesteak in the world, they say. And I believe that. I have some coming. I ordered those actually from them. But I got the recipe from, I even talked to some of the staff there. Hands down, #1 in the city. Now, a lot of people will bark at that because there's 42 people claiming that they have the best cheesesteak. But this is, loved ones, I'm telling you, the best cheesesteak. When you bite into this, again, the flavors that are going to permeate from that endeavor is incredible. All right, we are going to spin for some money now. We've done and again, it's not a pretty presentation per se. I hope you like the pineapple football. All that is some stitch work there. And again, the top of that comes off. You would tip that up and you would put some cheese in there. Literally, you would take your sandwich and dip it and dunk it in there. You can set that football on your stadium that you make there. There's a lot of different ways you can present this to your guests for that ultimate effect. Okay, so we are waiting on the spinner. Don't forget about the JB mugs. This spinner today, like I said, is locked and loaded. Personal foul, $50. A car, lunch with Steve, $150. A field goal and a touchdown. Call your attention to the touchdown there. That is worth some money there, and also worth some more money. So more money and more money. All right, so we are going to put the spinner down, and we're going to do this right here. By the way, we are not an Eagle fan, but I will say the Eagles is the home of the Philly cheesesteak, so we have to honor that. And they do claim, and it is proclaimed, that they are the best in the entire country when it comes to the Philly cheesesteak and the food in which is served at a stadium. Now, for those of you, yes, I can do that in just a moment. We're going to spin. These are all the names of everybody that participated. How did you get your name in the spin? How does the spin thing work? Well, you actually went to the show and you said, hey, Steve, I'm here. That's how you got in there. I'm going to literally show you the JB mug. If you didn't see JB in the early stages of the show today, then you missed out, but JB made an appearance. This here is basically the, let me just again articulate that, the touchdown, the field goal, the $50, personal foul. That's a tricky one too, $100 a car. Now the car spin, last week we had two. We had Catherine and we had Yenny both win the car spin. What does that mean? Well, that means they're going into the big spin for a car. What kind of car? I have a 1974 Ford Pinto. You remember those? Or I actually have a nice VW Bug. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know what the car is going to be yet. It's going to be a car, a good car. I will literally personally deliver that car to you. I'm shooting for around the Christmas time. That'd be a nice little car present there for Christmas. Merry Christmas from the new Steve Henry Show. But how do you get your name in there? Well, you get your name by getting your spinner to point to the car. And where is the car? There it is right there. So you land on the car, and what that means is, again, you're going to a spinner. So right now we have two people in there. We have Yenny, yes, and we have Catherine. Two people in the spin. Lunch with Steve is going to work the same way. We're going to spin for a lunch. I will fly out and have lunch with you. I'll even pick up the tab. I might bring my dogs with me. I don't know who I'll bring with me. Maybe a staff member or two. But we'll have a good time. Maybe even spend the night. But the bottom line is I'll do lunch with you, and you can show me around a little bit perhaps. So that's going to be kind of fun too. That too prior to the winter months coming in Christmas. So that's a special spin. So without further ado, we generally, wow, look at all these names. Holy moly. We grabbed some names here. Yeah, one fell out. Don't worry. I'm going to get that name. Don't worry. All right, got it. Somebody chastised me the other day or last week or 2 weeks ago for dropping a name on the floor, for crying out loud. Okay, everybody wins here at the new Steve Henry Show. Everybody wins. All right, so without further ado, typically what I'll do is I'll call out a name and then I'll spin, or I'll spin and call out a name. Generally, what I'm going to do is call out a name. Laura Jones is the first winner of our... Yay, Laura! Laura lives in Tempe, I believe, Arizona. She used to live here in New Mexico. I've told you this story before, but she was so kind to my mom. Long story, you know, it's a assisted living facility. You know, you get new to a table, and there's 5 other people there, and they've got the click going. It's worse than high school. And Laura was real kind to my mom. My mom's first day there was like the first day of school. You know, that's how it is. Will they fit in? Where are you from? What do you like? What's your story? And if you don't get all the answers right, checkbox right, you're out. You know, you're literally sitting out there somewhere out in the lobby. Laura was so kind to my mom. She accepted my mom, and my mom was just accepted the first day. And so, I can't hear you, April. You're screaming in my ear here. Anyways, Laura, let's spin for Laura, baby. Let's go. Let's just spin this bad boy. All right, Laura, here you go. What's got Laura? Whoa! Stop! It's $100 for Miss Laura Jones. Congratulations, Laura. You got a recipient of $100. Jenny Lynn, another. You know, these women are, I don't know, guys. Come on. What's going on here? Sean? Huh? What's going on? I need some more guys here. Yeah, Steve Dash, I hear you, Sean. I'm telling you, I need some more. What? This is like a 5-to-1 ratio, or maybe even more. All right, so Jenny Lynn. Jenny Lynn is another local native here. Jenny is, I don't know if I should say this or not, she's suffering from a long-term illness, and we wish her well. You're going to pull through this, Jenny. You're a strong girl. You've got kids. You've got people that need you and count on you. I'm spinning this around, and I'm going to let it go. Jenny Lynn, what do you got for Jenny Lynn? Spin, spin. Jenny Lynn. Whoa, another $100. I thought that was going to stop on the car. Jenny Lynn got $100. Congratulations, Jenny Lynn. All right, we're going to, hey, Stephen Goodspeed. Man, Stephen, you just won. Matter of fact, I hope you got your check. We were talking about checks. Sometimes if you don't get them, there's a reason. They get mailed out. I don't know. We had a holiday. I'm missing some mail too, by the way, but I'll get this out on time. The only one, David Leon. David, I got to tell you, if you're watching today, I didn't see you yet. But if you're watching, you went out late. You went out late on Thursday, so you're the last checkout. And we had a holiday last week too. That changes things somewhat. Anyway, stop talking, Steve. Stephen Goodspeed. Stephen Goodspeed, you're from New York, and you are Miss Media's husband. And all right, we're gonna stop right there. Ooh, personal foul. All right, that's a tough one. Personal foul, Mr. Goodspeed. I'm going to tell you what that is, but I'm going to have to tell you off air because that is something very special. All right. Affy, another girl. My God, what's happening? This is Affy. Affy's won a few times here, too. All right, Affy, here we go. Here we go. We're going to spin for Affy, and everybody say spin for Affy. Where does the spinner go for Affy? Affy gets another personal foul. Gosh, that's 2 first. I'm not going to do this right here. Personal foul. It's 15 yards on Affy. All right, so Affy and Mr. Goodspeed both have personal fouls. We're going to do one more here. And the personal foul is not a bad thing. You shouldn't be doing it, but you got caught, and that's all that matters. My God, David Leon again. David, I just sent you out a check last week. You're another winner this week. My goodness gracious. Let's line this up real good here, and this is going to go for David Leon. Everybody say, David, spin me, David. Okay, where's that going to stop? Where's it going to stop? Where's it going to stop? Lunch with Steve. Yeah, baby. Right, let me tell you, that's not going to be at McDonald's either. That's going to be someplace pretty cool. All right, so David Leon, you're having lunch with Steve. We didn't give a car away this week. Doggone it. I want to get as many people in that car. One more time. All right, one more time. One more time, baby. One more time. All right, I need, well, we had a guy. That's good. David Leon. Had her house in the house. Lisa Rogers, Raina. Oh, NASCAR. Oh, hey, you know what? Wow. Pardon me? David got a personal foul. I'm going to tell you what that is, but I can't tell you on air. It's going to be off air because it is you can't be doing it. It's illegal. Patricia Rice. All right, and we love Patricia Rice. Hello, Patricia. It's good to see you today. I'm glad you are here. Titus, I hope you're here too as well. All right, let's spin this bad boy. This seems getting kind of crooked, so I got to be kind of careful. Give me Patricia Rice. Give me stop. Ooh, that's $150 for Patricia Rice. Congratulations, Patricia Rice. We're going to send you out a check for $150. All right, I am running close to being out of time. I know this was kind of a simple sandwich, loved ones, but I'll tell you what. When you bite into this bad boy, and oh my God, and let it get a little soggy on you like this one here, like right there. Oh, Lord have mercy. That is to die for. That is, again, the flavor of that onion and that prime rib and the cheese getting all acquainted with that hoagie roll. Oh my God. It'll be the best cheesesteak, Philly cheesesteak. You can call it whatever cheesesteak you want, but it's the best cheesesteak you'll ever have in your life. I promise you that. Next week, we're going to have a lot of fun. We got another show coming up next week that's going to be amazing. We're going to keep spinning. I want to give a car away. I want to give lunch away. I want to fly in. I want to do all these things. I want to give a lot more money away as well. It's rough out there, loved ones, and I know. Every week it gets tougher and tougher, it seems like, and I just want you to know you are loved. I think about every one of you. I comment when somebody asks you, Steve, do you make the comment? Yes, I do. I write and read every single one of those comments. Those comments from me are from me. It might not happen until all of Sunday afternoon by the time I get to them all, but I respond to everybody. So if you want to say hi or shout out or whatever, ask me a question, hey, fire away. My life is basically an open book because this is your show, your channel, and I'm just here for you because I love you. I'll see you next week on the new Steve Henry Show. Thanks for tuning in. It is the new SteveHenryShow.com. Where's my JB? My poor JB. Look at that. He did it. How's that plug? How's that plug, JB? All you got to do is go to the Steve Henry Show. Okay, everyone's asking about the recipe. I want the recipe. Okay, I'll tell you what, I will post the recipe. We're going to try to maybe start doing this where you actually can take away the recipe. Because, yeah, all you do is get to see the show and the video, but I can actually lay it out for 6 people. I will do that. I'll put that in the comment section. Every item perfectly illustrated for you. And you can do this whole thing too. That's not that hard. You'll love it. That recipe will be in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Love you all. See you soon.